everybody. Welcome to episode 392 of the All You Can Hear podcast. My name is Wenzel, and joining me today is my other cubic co-host,
Flint and Steel, Colt.
Okay, all right.
Lava chicken, bro.
If you couldn't tell from Colt's madman screaming and the title of this episode, we're going to be doing a review and discussion of the most recently released Minecraft movie.
Yeah, Minecraft movie. It's a Minecraft movie.
Yeah. This came out back. It released on April 4th, Friday, beginning of the month, and we only recently watched it on April 10th, this past Thursday, just because I was out of town the weekend that it came out, so we had to push watching it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it. It's pretty freaking crazy, because if anybody knows, we have I feel like we said this on the podcast before, is that we have shit talked, we have shown disinterest in this film up until a month ago when there was just so much stuff, leaks and things that came out that not leaks, but like stuff like from their promotional material that came out. They were like, maybe we gotta watch it. Definitely.
But we were gonna watch it anyways because the podcast, and like, even if it was gonna be bad, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, just to talk about it. You know, like an unessential viewing. But spoiler: this might be an essential viewing for for this year at the very least. Yeah,
this was a very big surprise. Like one of those said, "Oh wow." Hey, I even at this point, if I ever see a fucking Jack Black action figure, like reasonably priced, I might get one.
It looks pretty good. I have to admit, it looks pretty good. So, and it looks so good, but in the way, like, it's so weird, but in a way that it's memeable, you know, if that makes sense. But yeah, we're just gonna. So usually for these review and discussions, what we do is we go into background and details about this movie before we get into the story. We walk you through it, and then we talk about what we liked and didn't like and what have you. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and go into some of the crew details here. This is directed by Jared Hess. Screenplay is by Chris Bowman, Hubble Palmer, Neil Widener, Gavin James, Chris Galetta. These are not real names, by the way. These are not real. The Widener name, that killed me when I saw that. I was like, what a weird last name.
Maybe it's a job description.
See, like Taylor or like Blacksmith. I was thinking about that.
I might things wide.
Story by Allison Schroeder, Chris Bowman, Hubble Palmer again. Based on Minecraft by Mojang Studios, if you didn't fucking know that. Produced by Mary Parent, Cale Boyder, Roy Lee, John Berg. These aren't real names. These aren't real people. Jason Momoa, that is a real person.
Yeah.
Jill Messick, also a real person who actually one of the producers, and we didn't there's actually a dedication to them in the film because they had killed themselves in 2018. Did not know that. Completely missed that. And this movie has been in development for a while. We also didn't realize that. Plans for it started in 2014, and they actually said, or one of the producers, Vu Boy, said the film would not come until like earliest 2018. Other producers,
a bit longer than that.
Took a lot longer. Torfi Franz Olafsson, and again Vu Boy.
I like that name, Vu Boy.
Yeah, I do too. Our main cast here, or our
this is pretty much every character.
Hold on, let's not get into that of ourselves.
That's right. I forgot.
But main cast here: Jason Momoa, Jack Black, Daniel Brooks, Emma Myers, and Sebastian Hansen. And again, I will go over these for the characters and or I will go over these cast members and who they play exactly down the line. Cinematography by Enrique Chidiak, sorry. Edited by James Thomas. Music by Mark Mothersbaugh. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. Production companies, obviously Warner Bros., Legendary Pictures, Mojang, Vertigo Entertainment, On the Roam. Usually I don't say those. I completely forgot to take those off. Visual effects by Sony Pictures Imageworks, Weta FX, and Digital Domain. And I should say, I will say, whenever we had seen everything for this film prior, we had known that a lot of the sets are practical. They put a lot of detail into the textures and details of the creatures and characters. And I mean, say what you will about this movie, but that effects work is really good.
They like, if you just watch the unfinished version, that effects is not great because it's unfinished. But the finished version, it's definitely worth a watch because it is visually great when it comes to effects and the practical shit that they did, because they actually made, like, for example, some of the trees in the background were Minecraft trees and the dirt, and also the entire room for Steve's shack where he had all his gear and shit, where they crafted the buck chuckets. They that was all practical.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and then of course you get these like very quick sequences where it's like 2D, where it shows the blocks and stuff and anything buried in there. I like that's pretty neat. Yeah, just a lot of work went into it, so you can't disparage the film for that at the very least. The budget was 150 million. Current box office is $434.1 million. That is insane.
No, it's not. Current box office is 550.5 million.
My bad, my guy. I didn't realize they made a fuck ton of money overnight.
Yeah, I did, bitch.
All right. So yeah, it definitely made its money back. And because of this, there are now talks for a potential sequel to the film. Now I will say,
I'm glad they are, because Wenzel fucking made my fucking hopes and dreams shattered on the floor right after the movie ended.
Yeah, because there was a statement not too long from Mojang saying they didn't want to do a second Minecraft movie. So I was like, oh well, I guess that's not going to happen. But then it literally came right after that, where Hess said that he wanted to make a sequel, and how everything with the Minecraft world, with the mods, characters, and biomes, that there's kind of like a endless use or endless source of inspiration or things to use. So
I agree, because like, I mean, sure, there's like a main Minecraft story where you go beat the Ender Dragon, but I don't really care to see that developed, and I think that's what they hopefully mean with that, because Minecraft's what you make of it, man. You control your own narrative for the most part. You make and have fun, brother.
Yeah. And it says right here, Hess said that there were many ideas that they had for the film, that they didn't use, but they might use it for the sequel. And yeah, and then it says right here, April 11th, it was confirmed that a sequel is in early development. So that is happening.
And I'm glad that Jason Momoa is a producer, because he really believed in this, which also hopefully means that his character will return in the sequels.
Yeah. Which you talk about how you brought up how Minecraft is really what you make of it and anything. That was one thing I thought was kind of endearing and interesting about this, is that it wasn't just the Minecraft quote story unquote recreated completely. It was its own thing, because Minecraft is kind of like a blank slate that you can do whatever. And I think that's really neat that they that they kind of took advantage of that, and that was one of the things that people were divided on for this movie, was for its plot, and it's I'm reading it right here: faithfulness to the source material. Like
That's
wasn't
valid
much,
in other things, but not here.
not here. Like, it's like, what, like, faithful in what? Like, I I don't know. I mean, pretty much everything was on the fucking level. I mean, the Enderman, you can't look at the Enderman in the eyes. There's zombies, there's skeletons. I mean, skeletons don't typically ride spiders, though, don't they?
They do.
They do.
Yeah. They were faithful, man, to the source material, as far as I could tell. I say that, but I've put in thousands of hours in Minecraft. It's legitimately one of my most played video games of, like, period. I wish I could tell you how much exactly, but I've played it across so many fucking things. I've played it on, like, 2 different PCs at this point. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox. I've played Minecraft like crazy.
The criticism of it being faithful to the source material is kind of dumb, especially with, like, if we're talking about the story, because again, there's not really much of a story, so you can do anything. So yeah,
it was nice to see they actually cared. That's another thing. Like, since they were faithful to the games, as in the source material of the gameplay, don't care about story. They were very faithful. That makes me really happy, and it actually made the experience better because they were faithful. Like, with down to the 20-minute day and night cycle, and then you have the zombies and skeletons catching fire in the sunlight. And they captured the fear of the night as well. It's such a nice little thing.
And, like, also to the piglins, whenever they come to the overworld, and it is the sunlight, they also zombify. So I thought, yeah, I like exactly everything you said. Yeah, so Minecraft is the 3rd highest grossing film of 2025, and it is the 5th highest grossing video game film of all time.
But isn't it also the best opening for a video game film ever?
Wherever you're getting that from, I don't have it on me, so.
It's popping off. It surpassed the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Definitely did. Oh my god. Fuck me.
What?
My information. You said earlier it's budget, or it's box office, and my information is still outdated. My bad. It's actually the 2nd highest grossing video game film of all time now. It jumped really high. That was, oh man, that is crazy. Yeah. So if anybody wants to know, so 5th right now is Warcraft. Number 4 is Detective Pikachu. Number 3 is Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and now number 2 is Minecraft movie, and number 1, of course, like you said, is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's Minecraft movie. Oh my god, yeah, Super Mario Bros. Made like over $1 billion.
Yeah, it's set on the wiki right here. It says it ended up debuting with over 163 million domestically and 313 million globally on its opening weekend, surpassing the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which also featured Jack Black.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Okay. So we're gonna get into cast. Who plays everybody? So it was really funny whenever Jason Momoa was announced to be in the cast for this. We all made the joke that he was gonna be Steve. He was not, but it would just been. Really
it still would have been funny. I still stand by that, even though I really enjoyed his character here.
Jason Momoa plays Garrett, the Garbage Man Garrison, a video game store owner and former game champion. Jack Black plays Steve, of course, a former doorknob salesman who has spent years living in the overworld. He serves as the guide for Garrett, Natalie, Henry, and Dawn during their time in the overworld. Emma Myers plays Natalie, Henry's caring older sister and legal guardian. Danielle Brooks plays Dawn, a real estate agent who runs a mobile petting zoo. She was the one that kind of like, she was the one that sold them their new house in this town that they moved to, and like kind of is like there for them to support them, whatever. Sebastian Hansen is our kind of main kid character. He plays Henry, it's right here. It says Natalie's creative younger brother.
To be real, Natalie and Henry, they're not the main characters. Like, they're my least favorite of the main cast, if you ask me. Don't hate them. It's just like, everyone else outshines them.
You're right, and it's Jennifer Coolidge. Jennifer Coolidge
Mhm.
plays Vice Principal Marlene, the vice principal of Henry's school that he goes to. Rachel House is the voice of Malgotia, the Piglin ruler of the Nether. She's our main antagonist. Jermaine Clement plays Daryl, an auctioneer, and Bruce, Malgosha's father. Jared Hess actually does the voice. Jared Hess is the director. He does the voice of General Chungus, a high-ranking Piglin in Malgosha's army.
I feel like I've heard him voice act in other stuff because his voice was very familiar.
Let's see. We can detour a little. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, I'm so confused right now. Because whenever there's people who are like who will be duos or whatever, like writing duos or like teams or whatever. So they'll have a like wiki article or page for the duo, not for the separate people. And it's the same thing here. Jared Hess and his wife Jerusha Hess are American filmmakers, and they share a page. So they're just Jared and Jerusha Hess. I mean, I get it. It's just
this is just 2 wiki pages slammed into one.
Yeah,
strange.
Let me see here.
I mean, he was in Napoleon Dynamite and he directed it, so I guess that's where. I don't really see anything else that I would know him from. Maybe The Last Man on Earth. I love that show. Rest in peace to that show.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, and then Matt Berry is the voice of Nitwit, a jobless villager. I thought that was his voice, but I could not place it.
Yeah, the vampire guy, right?
Yeah.
From What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah, I knew it. I just hit you with my Jeep Grand Cherokee. Your head's so big.
You're the most devious bastard in New York City. That's the only really line I know him.
Yeah.
YouTubers Dan TDM, Afmao, Mumbo Jumbo, and LD Shadow Lady make cameos as attendees at the auction sequence. I thought I recognized Shadow Lady. I was like, I know I recognize her, and then it was like, that's Shadow Lady. I was like, yep, that's her. Jens Bergensten, who serves as one of the lead designers for Minecraft, makes a cameo appearance as a waiter.
I recognize that fucker immediately because, well, I'm a Minecraft head. I know all about him. I'm just so pissed that they didn't put Notch in here. Where the fuck is Notch?
For anybody knows, Notch is a piece of shit. So
yeah, I'm glad he's not here.
If you don't know that. And then Colt pointed this out to me and reminded me of this very sad event that happened. There in the movie, you see a pig wearing a crown. That is a tribute to the deceased YouTuber Technoblade. I think
Jack even said like that's a legend.
Yeah, he's like, who's that? Or the kid says like, is that a hero or something? He's like, no, that's a legend. So I thought that was pretty nice. In a post-credit scene, spoiler, there's a post-credit scene. Blah 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 blah. Go ahead, get out of here now. In a post-credit scene, Kate McKinnon makes an uncredited cameo as the voice of Alex, a woman who is living in Steve's house. Alice May Conley serves as the physical actor of Alex, though.
Alice.
I don't know who Alice May Conley is. That's just the physical body they use.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all of our cast here.
I will say the YouTubers that they include in this movie, I guess it just shows that I'm a little old for the Minecraft YouTuber genre, because like all my Minecraft YouTubers were like the creatures. It was mostly the creatures with Rex or Nova. I watched a couple more, but these are all after their big time in the spotlight in the early 2010s.
You know what was crazy? Speaking of Minecraft YouTubers, I was on Instagram scrolling, and for some reason, Tobuscus's account popped up for me. I don't know why, but it popped up, and I was like, and it was a dumb clip of him like doing a bit. I'm just like, damn, he looks fucking awful.
Do you think he played Minecraft with Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
Do you think he went and saw the Minecraft movie with Kyle Rittenhouse?
Maybe.
That'd be fucking funny.
That'd be insane. But, it's normal. People go and watch movies. So, yeah, it was just so weird. It was him. I guess it was him kind of like, it was a very weird clip. It was like him kind of throwing shade at another, famous YouTuber, Anthony from Smosh.
Bro, Anthony's way more successful than you. Get your ass back into the fucking hate mines.
Well, it was funny because it was just a clip of Anthony, doing all this kind of I don't know. It's just him kind of working out, doing yoga, and how he's kind of I guess focusing on himself and just kind of wanting to, I don't know. It was nothing really it was pretty harmless, just kind of motivational in a way. And then it cuts to Toboscis looking like, okay, who cares? That's not what he says, but that's basically his expression. And because he cuts to him promoting one of his things or whatever, his Tobuscus' own I think merch. It was okay, no, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. But then it was also really weird is somebody who's a mutual of me, I saw they were following Tobuscus. I was like, that's fucking weird.
Man, someone doesn't like Nugget and a Biscuit. That's one of the best things he's ever done, and he's all went downhill.
I will say, for also during this period of Minecraft movie being promoted, he also promoted his old Minecraft music in videos and stuff as well.
Kids, do not watch those. There's a bad rabbit hole you can go down if you start watching them. The Minecraft stuff, it's fairly harmless. But if you look too far into his work, you will become a neo-Nazi. Minecraft.
Anyway, casting. Let's talk about the casting a little bit and how we got here with some of them. Around the same time that Hess was announced to direct the film, it was also stated that Momoa would star in the film. In May 2023, Matt Berry entered negotiations to join the cast, while Danielle Brooks and Sebastian Eugene Hansen joined the cast in November, and Emma Myers joined the cast in December. But it was then in January 2024, Jack Black joined the cast, teasing his casting in the film via his official Instagram account. Originally, Matt Berry was supposed to play Steve, while Jack Black was set to only appear as a cameo in the form of a talking pig. But due to the 2023 Hollywood labor disputes, Berry had to vacate the role, with Jack Black taking over the role of Steve. According to producer Torfi Franz Olofsson, Black's depiction of Steve was specific to him. At the same time as Black's casting, Jennifer Coolidge, Kate McKinnon, and Jermaine Clement were also cast at the same time in undisclosed roles, which we know now what those are. YouTuber Valkyrae was originally set to appear in the film, but was removed after she openly criticized Momoa, accusing him of mistreating the cast and production crew. Okay, so currently right now I'm reading an IGN article from Wesley Yin Poole. This was updated April 7th, originally posted on April 7th. So there was a on stream. I didn't realize that was Valkyrie's full name. Rachel Marie Hofstetter. I did not realize that. But she told fans that whenever she got removed from the movie, she didn't really care about the scene being cut, because she said much rather not have that 30 seconds than be sued. In a video interview, Valkyrae alleged, "I just saw him mistreat some of the crew, and it was pretty disappointing. It was after a very intense scene. It was a very emotional scene, so maybe he was still in character. I don't know, but I just was surprised at how he mistreated some of the crew. He was just really mad at them, that they weren't doing something right. He was setting up the shot and stuff, and he was angry, really mad and yelling. So I was like, man, this is not a good work environment. I would not be happy working under these conditions. I would have to say that was the worst celebrity thing I've seen."
I'm just trying to think of the intense emotional scene with Jason Momoa's character.
That's my thing. I was like, what scene was so emotional? And the only thing I could think of is when he's going to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Or when he's oh God, when he's saying oh man, come on, I need this or whatever. I think it was at the auction, maybe.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
that's probably it, because that's where all the YouTuber cameos were.
Yeah, maybe it was in. It was one of those moments where he was talking about how much he needs this, or he really like blah 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 whatever. Yeah. Oh, and then Valkyrie was quoted as saying, "No, the movie did not suck. I thought it was good. I actually thought it was good."
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So she liked the movie. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go into some development background. So this is 2015, July 2015. Warner Bros. Originally hired Rob McElhenney, Jesus, to direct the film. He's from Always Sunny. He said that he had been drawn to the film based on the open world nature of the game, an idea Warner Bros. Had initially agreed with, for which they had provided him with a preliminary $150 million budget. Early production started in 2016, and an initial release date was announced for May 24th, 2019. Jason Fuchs was set to write the script of the film, and Steve Carell was going to star as the voice of an unknown character. However, by late 2016, McElhenney's Minecraft film slowly died on the vine after studio executive Greg Silverman's departure from Warner Bros. In late 2016. Aaron and Adam Nee were tapped to rewrite the script, and the film was delayed as a result. No new director was announced at the time, but by January 2019, Peter Sollett was announced to write and direct the film, which would feature an entirely different story from McElhenney's version. I'm curious about McElhenney's version, actually.
Also, like,
yeah, and then
it sounds a little like it probably wouldn't be that good. I don't know. Just because of Steve Carell. I don't know. Something about Steve Carell being a voice in it made me feel a little itchy. I love Steve Carell. I just don't know.
How many? I want to know, how many of those fucking Minion movies have you watched again?
Those Minions movies, he's not in it. That's Gru.
He is the voice of Gru.
No, that's Gru. He's a person.
All right, buddy.
The Minion movies are real. I love Minions.
I don't know. I have so many ways to proceed with that, and I don't know which route I want to take. So I guess that indecisiveness has led to me doing nothing. The original vision, fuck me, Sollett had for the film involved a teenage girl and her unlikely group of adventurers as they set out on a quest to defeat the Ender Dragon, the final boss of the original Minecraft game. Okay. So it actually was kind of the original story of the game.
Yeah, I don't care about seeing that.
The film was later given a new release date of March 4th, 2022. In June 2019, Allison Schroeder was hired to write the script and co-write the story with Sollett. Due to the pandemic in 2020, Warner Bros. Was forced to adjust its release schedule, which included removing the Minecraft film from its planned release date. Then in 2022, production was moving forward without Sollett and Schroeder, but with Jared Hess now set to direct. Legendary to co-produce, and yeah, just kind of telling you stuff you already fucking know. My bad.
Yeah, it is.
So the film's first teaser trailer had the Beatles' Magic Mystery Tour as part of the music for the trailer. It was released back in September 4th of last year. Audience reactions to the teaser were noted as divided or generally negative, with criticism for the CGI design and live action nature of the film.
I was part of that.
Yeah, I was too. The Verge said that besides its unsettling imagery, it looks like some silly family fun. Tom Power of Tech Radar could not decide whether it was drop dead gorgeous or the stuff of nightmares. And then the second trailer, set to MGMT's Time to Pretend, was actually received more positively. So that just goes to show, fuck the Beatles.
I agree. MGMT better anyways. It's just a fact.
Whoa, that's a hot take from Colt.
I mean, it's what I believe as fact.
To be fair, I don't really care for the Beatles. I'm on your side. It's just, I know for people that's going to be a hot fucking take. And then there was also, sorry, this is marketing. Should have said that. There's also McDonald's is doing a promotion with it as well. They have special Happy Meals. There is that come with these really cool figures. There's also a Creeper Green vanilla milk from Trumu.
The figures, though, that's where I really like it. I really want to try the lava sauce that they have for the nether flame sauce for the chicken nuggets. But those figures are pretty sick. I want the burger. I want the square burger.
I won't go into anything else. I'm just gonna go quickly into audience reactions. But the criticism is funny though, because one of the criticisms of it was whether or not it was a faithful adaptation of the game, and when it makes sense to viewers unfamiliar with it. I mean, I don't know. It's Minecraft, it's kind of a dumb family film, so I don't think it really mattered.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, no, what wouldn't make sense? The only like gamey part of it, I guess, would be the zombies getting destroyed in the sunlight, or the crafting.
Okay, so the crafting. I think the crafting probably, because it's like, well, why are they punching the trees to build this stuff? Or why is there a 20-minute night cycle? Like, why are they all cubed? So I guess I can see that. But then at the same time, it's like anybody going into this, especially today, would either have to know it's based on Minecraft, or would see that it's based on Minecraft and think, what's Minecraft? And they look it up and they're like, oh, that's Minecraft. So, I mean, it's such a big name now in pop culture that you can't really avoid it. Like I get it. But I think, I
will say there was a scene that was cut from the film where Steve was doing a presentation at his job wearing glasses. And I saw someone say, like, maybe that's why in the games, Steve, everything looks blurry to Steve. Everything looks pixelated and dumbed down in the games. It just looks blurry because we're seeing it from his point of view because he's not wearing his goddamn glasses. And that in the movie, that's actually what Minecraft looks like. I like to believe that's what the case is.
So going into audience reactions, because this is where we're getting to some meat in this. The film has sparked unusual and noisy reactions from viewers. These involve fans cheering and clapping at certain moments in the film, dancing in the aisles, and shouting when a character is introduced. The phenomenon has been compared to the audience participation at screenings of Rocky the Horror Picture Show, or the Rocky Horror Picture Show from 1975. In particular, during scenes in which Jack Black's character Steve would name drop himself or an item from Minecraft, such as Chicken Jockey or I Am Steve or Flint and Steel, audience would give over-exaggerated reactions such as clapping, cheering, screaming, standing ovations, or throwing popcorn, drinks, and candy at the screen. It's so funny that they have an article for this.
Because this is a huge thing. That the only other stuff I can think of with the same reaction was maybe the Szechuan sauce for Rick and Morty, and the Wicked with the people singing in theaters, with the non-sing-along version.
Yeah, no, it's important. It's part of it. It's just funny. The reactions were filmed by other viewers and became a viral trend on TikTok, which in turn encouraged others to imitate or outdo the disruptions. In at least one instance, police were called to escort disruptive viewers out of a theater. One such incident leading to an employee being harmed. There was also a viral instance where someone brought a live chicken into a screening of the film, and another where indoor fireworks were snuck in. In response, some theaters warned that screenings of the film would be paused should the reactions become excessive, with unruly members of the audience ejected, while another banned unaccompanied minors from the film's showing.
So, like, at that point, like, I don't understand sending your kid to watch a movie by himself, personally, unless they're like 14, 15. But damn, if you're 12 years old, you can't watch this by yourself.
There was also a TikTok Colt sent to our group chat last night where during one of the screenings, somebody died.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody died, but there was a medical emergency. They were carried out in a stretcher. And it's funny because it's not funny, but it was funny that when it was happening, the cops were shining flashlights on the person, the medics doing it as well, trying to figure out what's wrong with this person. As that's happening, the chicken jockey scene is happening at the exact same time.
The thing is, too, is like, why are they still playing the movie? Like,
yeah.
cut it. because when the chicken jockey scene happens, the guy recording it says chicken jockey. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
To be fair, it's funny. It's kind of funny.
They set him up for it. They set him up. The director defended the behavior at screenings. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, he said, "It's funny because I think it's just literally cheering and throwing popcorn, which is so funny to me that cops are getting called for popcorn. But man, I'm just glad people are making memories with their friends and families." All right, that's kind of shitty. Think about the guys.
I don't like the popcorn and like drink throwing. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. That's making a mess for the people that work there. I'm kind of. This is one of the few movies I told Wenzel about. I'm kind of okay with the chicken jockey, Flint and steel. That's fun.
That's fun, but like throwing shit, no, like that. No, I'm sorry, Jared Hess, you're canceled, buddy.
But make a second movie for Minecraft.
Yeah. All right. So we got all that away. Let's finally get into the story. So the plot. What is the plot? I don't know what it is. Struggling doorknob salesman Steve breaks into a mine to fill a childhood dream when he discovers the Orb of Dominance and the Earth Crystal. He discovers that when combined, they create a portal that transports him to the overworld, a world where the terrain is made of easily manipulated cubes. He builds his own paradise and later stumbles across a portal to a hellish world called the Nether. He's imprisoned by Malgosha, the gold-obsessed piglin ruler of the Nether, who gravely discourages creativity. Because the orb would allow her to control the overworld, Steve has his dog, Dennis, escape with the orb and crystal and hide them under his bed in the real world. That opening like sequence where he's standing in front of the mine as a kid and there's that old man facing off with him. I was like, oh man, when I watched that originally in the trailer, I was like, oh man, this looks dumb. Like, who fucking cares? But then watching it now, I'm just like, okay, this is kind of funny.
It is funny. It's fun.
Yeah. So Steve like builds quite a bit of shit here while he's in the overworld. He gets pretty much like, I mean, he gets stuck with it. Like anybody who's ever played Minecraft in like at night and then ends up still in there in the wee hours of the morning as a kid, that was me. Like I would start it like late at night, and then next thing I know, it'd be like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I have freaking Daft Punk's Random Access Memories playing on loop, building shit.
It's just such a nostalgic fucking experience. Yeah, like this game was quite literally my early teens. I played the shit out of this.
Sam.
I even played it in 2009, 2010, when it was just when it had a free version on the web. You could play it on the their website. I remember playing with these 2 dudes with Daft Punk skins. And I'll never forget them. I don't remember their names, but I remember their actions. They were super fun and kind to 10-year-old me.
I bet it was Daft Punk.
Fuck, man. I could have said one more time. That's a reference for all my Daft Punkians.
No, it's so funny that you also have Daft Punk tied to them because.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get it till 2013, and that was when their last album, what we would find out later is their last album would come out, and that was like my album of the year that year. I would listen to it constantly, and especially while playing Minecraft. Though I did love the Minecraft music, it's just sometimes whenever I would listen to the Minecraft music, I would get scared or bummed out, so I'd play Daft Punk.
Yeah, and now it's just it makes me depressed because it's very nostalgic music with the not Daft Punk, but with the Minecraft music.
Yeah, same. So,
yeah, and you're right. The music was scary. The caves were horrifying.
Yeah, dude. It was like if you're in there, like you're playing Minecraft by yourself, and you're in the mines, swinging your pickaxe from side to side, and you're just hearing this grumbling, and like, yeah, like it freaks you the fuck out. And then like also too, like, you know, I was a teenager, but I was still very young, and like still into like internet, like urban legends. So like then you're also worried about like Herobrine.
He's real.
Ryan, as some people say. Like, yeah, I was just like, oh my god, dude, get me out of here. Like I remember I'd create like very specific like pathways and like ways to like keep stuff out because I was just so afraid. But anyway, sometime later, 1980s video game champion Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison owns a failing video game store in Chuglis, Idaho. Fuck. He heads to a storage auction to acquire items to sell for cash, ultimately winning the contents of Steve's old house. While searching through the items, particularly hoping to find an Atari Cosmos, he instead finds Steve's old belongings, including the orb and crystal. It's fitting to have like the storage culture kind of be like mixed in with Minecraft because like of storage and like hoarding stuff or whatever. So
also it's also going into the fact that people do buy these units just to try to find these old video games so they can sell them up for super high marks.
Yeah, man. If you watch like what American Pickers, Storage Wars, or any of them, I mean, that's what they do. You know, they'll spend so much money on these storage units, and then it was just like they mark up these fucking things. It's like crazy.
Also, in this scene, you get a very funny interaction with Jason Momoa and the storage auctioneer, where he keeps saying we could be two buffaloes wearing turquoise unisex blouses.
Teal,
yeah.
I think it was teal. I know I said when I joked about it, I said turquoise. I think it's teal. Sorry. Very funny though. And then Jason Momoa ends up hurting all their feelings, so they end up leaving him there in his shit. Siblings Henry and Natalie moved to Chuglis following their mother's death. The two meet Dawn, the real estate agent who wants to open a petting zoo. On Henry's first day of school, he gets in trouble with his experimental jetpack, and because it is sabotaged and damages a nearby potato chip factory.
It's basically an act of terrorism at that point.
It was crazy. It was very funny. His sister's reaction to it was like, "That was you." That was actually a really good performance. That was something a lot of critics say is that the performances for this film were good and were genuinely good, and I agree. I was like, they're pretty good. I mean, Jason Momoa and Jack Black are like genuinely just funny, and they're like two alphas basically meeting and butting heads in this movie. It's a great time.
Yeah, I'm a Sigma, so I understood their alpha combat.
Yeah, it's pathetic, but you get it.
Yeah.
To avoid expulsion, he pretends that Garrett is his uncle, who takes him to the video game store to discuss his options. This is also really funny because this is where Garrett meets the principal, Jennifer Coolidge, and Jennifer Coolidge is so horny for Jason Momoa, and Jason Momoa was like, "Who would ever divorce you?" Like, he's into it because the vice principal is going through a divorce.
Yeah, she says something like, "I'd like to take a ride on that," something like that.
No, or she has like, oh my god, she has like some like coals or like fire that needs like oh man, she says something that was very much sexual. I can't remember what it was. If anybody could tell us down below in the comments. There Henry discovers the orb and crystal and combines them, leading the two to Steve's mine. Natalie finds Henry missing and calls Dawn, who tracks down Henry's location via Natalie's phone. As the four reunite, they are sucked into the portal and arrive in the overworld. Malgosha learns that the orb has returned and releases Steve from his imprisonment in the Nether to reclaim it, bluffing that she holds Dennis hostage. I thought this was a cool little detail because when Dennis escapes from the overworld into the real world, he drops his collar, and you see the piglins pick it up and take it back with them. So they use that as a bargaining chip against Steve, saying that like, oh yeah, we have Dennis hostage because we have his collar, and he just doesn't know. I don't know. I think that was a neat little detail.
And also, whenever they were looking for Henry, and like she's like, "Oh, he's just playing in the mines." I thought that was funny.
It was very funny. While fighting off monsters at night, Henry learns to manipulate. Why can't I talk? Hold on, I have a ton of spit in my mouth. Henry learns to manipulate blocks of matter and builds a wooden fortress. The Earth Crystal is destroyed in the commotion due to Garrett. Steve appears at dawn and defeats the monsters. He tells the group that a replacement crystal will be needed from the Woodland Mansion and joins them. I should also say when Steve appears, they use the song My Little Boo Thing, which was very off. That's my only criticism. That was very weird to throw that in there.
I just don't like the song.
I don't like the song.
It did feel weird.
It was like Steve is here kicking ass and it's like my little boo thing. I don't know. To prepare for this quest, he leads them to a nearby village and demonstrates how to craft new resources. This is pretty neat too, pretty fun. Them being in this town and all these fucked up looking villagers. It's so realistic. It was also at this point one of the villagers had already sneaked out of the overworld, and this is Nitwit played by Matt Berry, who he ends up getting hit by Jennifer Coolidge's car, which is a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Not a bit. They say that like 3 times.
Oh, I'm so glad I hit you with my Jeep Grand Cherokee.
It was very funny. And they end up going on a date. And I know me and Colt were crossing our fingers, hoping for some fucking just
some
dirty ass Jennifer Coolidge villager sex. I know we were hoping for that shit, man, but we did not get that, sadly.
Always a sequel.
Yeah, let's hope we get to see some of that square dong in that circle. But there was also a joke in their dinner date that was really funny because it's an old joke that I haven't heard it forever, but it was kind of given new life, as I said to Cole, and it was so simple. It's the joke where they ask, the waiter asks if they're Finnish, and she says, Jennifer Coolidge says, "No, I think he's Swedish." So stupid, but
that's pretty good. But also, it's a layer joke because the creator of Minecraft is Swedish.
Is he Swedish or is he Norwegian?
I lied to you. I don't know.
Hold on. Well, we'll correct it. I'll tell you, and then you'll say it. Or hold on.
Yeah, he's Swedish.
He's Swedish. Yeah, you got it right, Colt. Good.
Yay!
Let's go.
Layers.
Okay. When where was I? Piglin seeking the orb of dominance launch a raid on the village. Steve, Garrett, and Henry narrowly escape while Natalie and Dawn are separated from them and befriend Dennis. Malgosha responds by setting out the Great Hog. It was also very funny.
Shut up. I'm just thinking about the name.
General Chungus was the one who led the raid at the village, and Jared.
That was a pretty sick fight.
That was a pretty sick fight. It was also very funny. Just Jared has his voice, but as they're fighting, Jason Momoa knocks out Jack Black, and doesn't even beat General Chungus. It's actually one of the golems. I like the golems, the iron golems in here. They're very cool. Also, it was really cool too because Minecraft is perfect for kids and creativity. Henry builds a tot launcher, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Tater tots. I think that's cool. Like, again, utilizing that creativity, but then also like kind of the endless source of material from like mods and stuff. It's, we see a little bit of that with this. Pretty cool. I'm trying to think what else happened. This is where we got introduced to. Do you remember anything else that happened in the village that was of note? Oh my god, the song. That's right, the song.
La 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 lava, chicken.
What was crazy too is there was a lot of complaints about this movie. People were complaining that that they didn't market it as a musical when they should have. The thing is, there's only 3 musical numbers, so it's not a musical. It's barely a musical. Anybody criticizing for that, I think is dumb. That's a dumb criticism.
Hey, I will say I actually enjoyed the original songs that they did with Jack Black. I've always enjoyed his music. He just has such a unique and fun voice.
Wow, MAGA much?
What?
MAGA much?
I don't know what's going on there. Lava chicken.
Well, you know why Tenacious D broke up, right?
Yeah, it's because the other guy said kill Trump. Or was it? I can't remember.
So we don't know. Okay.
You know what? So we both are talking out of our ass here.
Hold on, I'll just look it up. Why did Tenacious D break up? Okay. So during an Australian show, Jack Black presented a birthday cake to Kyle Gass, who's the other person on Tenacious D. And when asked to make a wish, Gass jokingly responded, I don't know if I could say this, don't miss Trump next time.
Fuck. Yeah, that's good.
In the wake of this incident, Jack Black issued a statement expressing shock and disappointment over Gass's remark. He emphasized his strong condemnation of hate speech and political violence, and subsequently announced the indefinite postponement of the Tenacious D tour and all future creative projects.
That was totally his fucking agent saying, like, you need to stop that. You need to make a comment how you don't agree with that.
Like to protect his public image, sure, yeah. I get it. But I could have sworn, I was like, I think it's Jack Black that's kind of the fucking weirdo on this, and I was right. So yeah, just what the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, the original songs. They were fun for this movie. Fun time. Agreed. Anything else?
Lava Chicken's the best one.
The chicken looked really good. I would eat it.
Oh yeah, that chicken. It looked like they just like carved real chicken to cube it. I imagine they used like fucking cake icing clay and shit to make it look like that, but it still looked good.
You don't think they could have just made a cubic cake? You think that they had to use clay, cake, and icing?
Yeah.
And then Jason Momoa would eat that clay?
Yes. This was specifically requested by him.
Okay. When Steve mentions that he has a hoard of diamonds, Garrett becomes interested and demands access as an added condition to handing over the orb. They make a detour and find the hoard, but Henry is angered by their disregard for Natalie's safety. When the Great Hog arrives, they flee via minecarts, and the hog is blown up by creepers, which was a really funny bit when they were in here because they couldn't see anything at first, so they got a torch finally, and they saw that it's nothing but creepers in here. And Steve just says, "Ah, man, my creeper farm." Such a good bit. Arriving at the mansion, Steve and Garrett attempt to distract the inhabitant villager guards while Henry acquires both the Earth Crystal and an Ender Pearl, which can facilitate one teleportation. Because Jason Momoa accidentally uses the Ender Pearl when they're looking at Steve's stuff. So
that was the only one I had. No biggie.
This is where we get the chicken jockey joke. Very funny.
Which was actually a funny scene, watching Jason Momoa fight a little baby.
It was like I had no frame of reference for the chicken jockey thing other than people saying chicken jockey and then seeing Jack Black's face say chicken jockey. That's the only frame of reference I had. So when we got to the scene, it was so much funnier because they had basically just, for some reason, they tied Jack Black to the they had tied Steve to the ends of a wrestling ring, and they were like, "Oh man, it's some sadistic ritual." And then a chicken pops out, and Jason Momoa was like, "Do I have to fight this thing?" And Steve's like, "To the death." And then that's when the little baby zombie comes out. It's like, chicken jockey. And let me tell you guys,
Wenzel lost his mind.
Colt lost his mind too.
Hey. It was awesome.
I can't remember what Colt was doing. Because
I was shaking violently, and it was loud. We were being very loud.
Colt was, to be fair, there's like, I think,
there was no one in our row, so it's a huge theater.
There was like 6 people in there. I think one was a kid. Everybody else was adults. But no, it was so funny because Colt was shaking like he was having a fucking seizure, and I was anticipating this, and my heart was beating so fast, and I was holding in my laughter. I was gonna do a bit where I was gonna yell in the theater, "Let's go!" but I just couldn't contain myself, so I just start laughing, and I close my eyes, and I start shaking too because it's so funny. It's so stupid, but it was genuinely a funny sequence because then Jason Momoa was fighting this thing, and it's like the chicken bites his leg, this baby's beating him up, like doing all these wrestling moves. It's so funny. It was very good. I like this woodland mansion sequence too.
Yeah.
Also, Henry was upstairs and he had to fight an Enderman, and oh gosh, it was just Yeah, it was just, I think, a pretty neat sequence.
And it was pretty realistic to actually fighting an Enderman, because it's just him swinging rapidly because he's freaking out because he's teleporting everywhere, which is exactly how I fight them in the game.
So Małgosia returns and blows up the bridge to the mansion. Steve and Henry lose the orb to her, but escape as Garrett seemingly sacrifices himself in the blast. The two awaken with Dawn, Natalie, and Dennis in a mushroom house they built. We didn't talk about when Jason Momoa and Jack Black 69'd.
Yeah, we didn't.
We completely skipped over that. I thought we were forgetting something. So when they're escaping from the village, they have jetpacks, and Henry is kind of doing his own cool thing, but Jason Momoa and Jack Black have to do a man sandwich. That's what they say in the movie, and it's just them 69ing.
It's pretty awesome. It's not them at first. At first, Jack Black's just riding Jason Momoa on his back, but somehow he makes it underneath him and then rotates his body to where his feet are by his head, and they're 69ing.
It's pretty crazy. It seems like it'd be incredibly difficult to do that too.
Oh, yeah.
But the two
because he slid, he like had his legs wrapped around him and he flung underneath him while holding him by his legs. It's pretty crazy. It's wild that Jack Black did that.
While they're flying, yeah. It's just like Tom Cruise doing his real life stunts.
Yep.
Małgosia uses the orb to superpower the nether portal, blotting out the sun and declaring war on the overworld. The party crafts an arsenal of weaponry and an army of iron golems to meet the piglin invasion. Henry uses the ender pearl to obtain the crystal, restoring the sunlight and causing Małgosia and her army to zombify, no longer a threat. This is kind of like their Marvel moment with like all of the iron golems and them walking up. Steve coming up in a diamond armor. What was really cool too was the iron golem. One of them, they put the boots of swiftness on it, and it has like a unique design. I thought that was really, really cool. I like.
I'm not sure if that's in the game because there's been like 5 billion updates since I last played, but it was cool.
It was very cool. And also too, this is where we get revealed that Garrett survived the explosion and comes to help Henry during his crucial moment of almost falling to his death.
Thank God.
But once all this is over and the sunlight's returned, Małgosia is she does this bit where she's like, Steve, come here, I have to tell you something important. Come here. It's like, okay, what is it? And then she's like, stab. Look, she tries to stab him, but she's very weakly like doing it, and he just knocks the knife out of her hand. She's like, okay, really, I have to tell you something. I was like, he's like, you have another blade hidden. It's like, no, this is serious. Sneak attack. It's a very good bit.
And she does it a third time. And when she tries to do a third time, but during like the third time, she just picks up the same knife that was knocked out of her hand. It was very funny.
And every time Steve does a sneak attack, it's just Jack Black yelling sneak attack and not sneaking.
It's pretty awesome.
It's really funny. So they all return to Chugless, including Steve, where they develop the successful video game Block City Battle Buddies. Dawn opens her zoo with Dennis as an attraction. Natalie begins teaching self-defense classes. Henry completes his jetpack, and Garrett revitalizes the game store with Steve. And we kind of had like this little musical number with Jason Momoa and Jack Black, like doing like a little concert in their store or whatever. It's really just kind of a very simple, like, victory lap kind of thing where everybody gets to pursue their dreams and, make it out all right. That's fine. That's how it goes with family films. And then the post-credit scene is of Steve going back to his old house and meeting Alex, and she invites him inside.
So I'm thinking Steve's going to have a wife in the next one, and maybe a little Steve Jr. I don't know. I
should say, too, there is a Herobrine reference, kind of.
Yes.
Where when Henry is being kind of not brainwashed, but he's in this like psychic realm that the Enderman is putting him through, where he shows him all these like all the people he knows and admires, like saying like terrible things to him, and one of them is Steve, but it's Steve with glowing white eyes. That's an obvious reference to Herobrine. But yeah, that's it. That's really the story. No, I mean, there's tons and tons of jokes. Oh, there's another post-credit scene. My bad. There's it's post-credits. Steve meeting Alex is post-credits. Sorry, I keep repeating. there's a scene that's mid credits, then there's a post credits that's Steve meeting Alex. The mid credit scene is Jennifer Coolidge announcing, or Nitwit announcing his engagement to Jennifer Coolidge's character. And this is where we get revealed that Nitwit can speak English, and it's Matt Berry speaking. It's very fun.
And then Jennifer Coolidge also learned to speak Village, and she's like, it's so fucking fun. I was losing my mind.
I also saw an interview recently with Jennifer Coolidge and Jason Momoa, and I don't even know the context. It was taken out of context, but Jennifer Coolidge was talking about kids, and she just says, a kid pissed on me one time.
Yes, I did see that. That was very funny. I don't know the context either.
And Jason Momoa was just laughing, and the interviewer was just like, I don't know what to say to that. I don't know how to follow that up. Very funny. I love Jennifer Coolidge. Like I said, this movie, like, we did not, we only wanted to see it because we thought it was going to be absolutely shitty, just something to make fun of. But I still do think this movie is kind of bad, but so bad that it's good. Like I can't disparage it for the effects, because everything does genuinely look gorgeous. They use the Minecraft music, especially the title track that they use. Very peaceful whenever they first pop up. It's so nice, very nostalgic. The performances, they were decent. Like Jason Momoa and Jack Black, obviously the front runners here for being like these two very just funny action heroes trying to outshine each other. And then like the kid kind of plays like, he plays like a kid who's he honestly reminds me of a kid who'd play Minecraft or so.
Yeah,
just I'd meet here. So and like, yeah, nobody's necessarily bad like either. Like everybody's just kind of having fun, and it's like genuine, especially Jennifer Coolidge. So, and say what you will about the story, they made it their own, so I can't harp on it. I can't really say anything negative or mean about this movie because it's too lighthearted and fun. I just can't.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Like, I could, I guess, but like I don't really care to, because I just had so much fun.
Yeah, like I told Colt that if somebody were to ask me again, it's like, hey, would you want to go watch the Minecraft movie with me?
Yes.
Again, I would say yes, absolutely. I would watch this actually quite a few times. It is so fun. I showed Colt the 4K edition that's coming for this. I might buy it. I want to buy it. It's actually kind of sick.
It's a crafting table, isn't it? Like that you put together. It looks cool. Or is that a different one?
That's a different one. The one I showed you has it's got like, if you remember like Wes Anderson, whenever he does his scenes that are showing like have everything neatly organized on it, it's like that with like a bunch of the creatures and tools and stuff from Minecraft in the movie. Oh shoot, yeah, this one looks cool too. Oh wow, that is really cool. I was thinking of the Blu-ray edition where it comes with it turns into a crafting table. Oh wow, I haven't seen that. I've only seen, it looks pretty cool. Seen this one. Hey, might have to double dip. I'm not gonna double maybe. Dip. But it's still it's very fun. Sorry, it's the limited edition 4K Ultra HD Steelbook, the Steelbook. That's I just think it looks really cool. I say Wes Anderson. It's just black with all the all the stuff splattered on the cover, but it still looks really cool. But I would love to own the movie physically just because it's just so good, just so fun. I do see where a lot of people on my Letterboxd, obviously, you can make a guess, they all rate it pretty low, except for some people who rate it pretty highly. Somebody who were kind of like almost on opposite ends, who is very critical of movies, they watched this, they gave it 5 stars. They're like, are you not entertained? Like, this is awesome. So I was very happy to see that. Yeah, the only kind of person I can see that just doesn't have fun with this is just someone that kind of sucks. Yeah, like I'm glad I've reached a point in I guess my movie watching journey where I can learn to kind of, or I've learned to kind of just let loose and just have fun.
Yeah, because like being extra critical of even like the dumb films, it just becomes tiring at times. You can find fun in the bad. But at sometimes you should also recognize that it is bad. Like, for example, any Uwe Boll that did the Rampage movies, or what's that movie where the Serbian film? That is not fun. That is not fun. No one, those are bad. That's a different situation.
Being able to identify and recognize the vibes of a film or really how to approach it, it's vital because, always being critical of dumb or bad movies, or really any movie, can be tiring sometimes. You just got to say, fuck it, it's bad or good, and move on. But you also have to know when to have fun and just let loose, play it by ear, because some stuff works with people and other stuff doesn't. We've said this so many times, but we won't ever stop saying it. Bring nuance. Understanding the director's intent, context, and world of the film are a few of the general factors in which you should approach a film in critiquing it. And understand that sometimes things can be taken at face value. Things can be effortless, fun, dumb, without meaning, or with intent. We, in my opinion, cannot approach every film the same exact way, because unless they're adaptations, sequels, or downright plagiarism, they're all different with different intent. Directors and artists should be able to have as much fun as the viewers and consumers, and that doesn't change its archival or artistic value. But I say that with an asterisk because, again, nuance. Sometimes there is shit and it deserves to be flushed and forgotten. Approaching art that way is incredibly valuable, and I'm so glad I've reached this conclusion, and I think I've reached it far sooner than others.
Yeah, there's a bunch of movies that I watched when I was first starting on Letterboxd that I definitely would be rating, and I would definitely feel differently if I were to watch them again today. Specifically Raw. That was a movie that I remember watching and I thought, this is so fucking weird. I don't know. But now I bet if I rewatched it, I'd have a very different opinion.
I mean, my opinion of it still sticks. I loved Raw. I thought it was, weird enough for me anyway. It's like Pat the other day when we were talking in chat said, he was like, whenever he was like younger watching films, he tried to be his Crudes review. He says that he tried to be smarter than the films he was watching. That's kind of like how it was, with me, or especially like with how we said this before, like cinema sins has like how it saturated people's criticism and literacy of things, kind of like that. But now it's like I've gotten to the point now where it's like I said, I can identify and recognize, like, okay, I can bring this mindset to this movie where it's like it's meant to be fun and dumb. It's not, you don't have to take it so seriously. But then this movie where it's meant to be serious, but it's just really bad or offensive, it's like I can be critical of that.
Now, if anybody reviews the upcoming Best Friends movie badly, I'm gonna have to have a conversation.
Friendship?
Yeah, Friendship. Yeah. Because we've only seen the trailer twice, and I'm losing it every single time. It's funny.
Every time. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I highly recommend you check this film out. If you are a Minecraft fan, you'll have some fun. Even if you don't like the whole experience, you'll recognize stuff, and you'll be like, they did respect the source. Yeah, I think that's nice.
I gave it 4 stars as well. I really enjoyed it. That would be like a 8 out of 10, I think, on that scale for me personally as well.
And I would say it's not my favorite video game adaptation, because that still technically goes to Sonic the Hedgehog 3. But this is definitely up there. Better than the Mario movie and the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Easily.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for listening to us, the All You Can Hear podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, and YouTube. Leave us a rating, subscribe to us, give us feedback. Tell us what you think, maybe what you want to see. Follow us on Bluesky at AYCHpodcast.bsky.social. Follow us on TikTok at AYCH Podcast. There's been another extension on the TikTok or TikTok ban. So TikTok is still around for another 70 days or something.
But then again, I don't know. It's a company based in not China, but it's also China technically to their government. So I don't know because of the tariff shit going on. So fuck. That's all I gotta say.
follow us on Instagram at AYCH Podcast. Follow us on twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear, where the VODs from our past streams and instruction booklet streams go up on our YouTube, All You Can Hear. And lastly, you can follow me, Wenzel, on Bluesky as World of Wenzel and Wenzel's Essentials. And my link tree has links for everything.
My name's Colt. Follow me on Bluesky at ColtD99. And all right, fuck, what does he say? First we mine, then we craft. Let's Minecraft.
Yeah, you got it.
It's so stupid, it's awesome.
You know, we didn't say that either. Jack Black would randomly do different voices for like
just small
words.
Random things. He would say stuff wrong. But it's intentional.
Yeah, it's intentional. Or like the ends of his sentence. It was very fun.
Go watch this film. Go watch it. If you have kids, go watch it with them. If you don't have kids, go watch it.
Go watch it. Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jockey.